I got my piece out of the clamps and it's ready to put into the lathe and turn to the final size to fit back into the chair. Okay, I'm going to take my parting tool and I'm going to get right up to the shoulder on the original piece and try to cut a nice, turn that nice and round as clean as I can right to the end without damaging the other piece or getting into it. I don't want to go down too far because it looks like my finished diameter of this is going to be 7/8 of an inch. I'm going to use a wrench like I did before to check the diameter as I go. So I'm going to turn this end here to kind of get a bearing of where 7/8 of an inch is. Start out with 15/16. Still a bit big. Now this is more or less a test cut down here on the end because that's going to be removed. Obviously I don't need a tenon that long to go into a chair seat. Okay, I have 15/16 there. I just want to test it in the chair just to see how much more I need to remove, because it feels like a loose 7/8 of an inch, probably a little bit more than that, so I really don't want to take it exactly down to that. I want to have a good tight fit. Got the chair here and still a little bit tight. I'm going to take a little bit more off of that. That's 7/8 of an inch. Now this is turned to 7/8 of an inch now, and it fits just fine in there, but it's a little bit loose. I'm going to leave it a little heavier than that. I'll just have to go to where the wrench just kind of fits tight around it but won't drop down over it. Here I'm going to use the parting tool to clear away waste from the original part of the chair. I'm going to switch over to a gouge when I get a little bit of this cleared away. I've switched from a parting tool to a gouge so that I can remove this material in between these 2 points faster. I'm going to give it a little bit of a taper on this end here, so I can, I'm going to cut it off right there. This way it'll allow me to get started, and then it'll widen out as I get it into the hole in the chair seat. That's 7/8 right there. I'm just going to angle it. Using a 1-inch scraper here. It's about perfect for this. Okay, I'm going to part this off because it's easier than cutting it. Okay, got the chair up here. It starts off real good and it gets kind of tight, but I can get it down to real close. So I think what I'm going to do is put it back in the lathe one more time, just take a little bit off of it because I want that to drop all the way in there. And then go ahead and start gluing this chair back together. Okay, I'm just going to take a hair off of it to get the final fit. That should do it. There, looks like a perfect fit. I've got this all dry fitted together. I'm going to take the clamps back off of it. I just want to make sure everything fit well, and then we'll glue it up and I'll be all done on this project.
When gluing up a project like this, you need to move quickly and get all surfaces covered. I use a little glue brush and try to work as fast as I can, because this kind of glue, this PVA glue, it sets up pretty quick. Of all the pieces of furniture that a person has, a chair probably takes the most beating, so it's really important to get a lot of glue in every joint and make sure the joints fit well. If you can on a project, try to glue things up in sections. It makes the glue up go a lot easier, and it keeps the glue from setting up before you're ready to get the clamps on. Clamping a chair is one of the most difficult things because the clamps just naturally don't want to go around surfaces that aren't straight and at right angles to each other, so sometimes it's difficult to do this without having the clamps slip off. I use a damp sponge to wipe off the excess glue.
Well, I got it glued up after clamps falling off and glue squeezing out all over the place and several tries at it. I did get everything pulled together and it all fit together great. I hope you've enjoyed this project. I have a little bit of touch up left to do and take the clamps off tomorrow if this thing doesn't explode in the meantime. Thank you for watching the Ghetto Abbey Workshop. We'll have another project soon.